Welcome back, guys, to another video. I got the Corvette moved over. I've officially given up on trying to fix this car. I'm going to take it somewhere to get repaired and figure out what electrical problem I'm having. Slid it over. I had bought this E90 M3 slick top, 170,000 miles, DCT salvage car from a local guy for $10,500. Now, it was hit underneath and it hit the DCT pan, and they did salvage it out from that. It looks like it was also hit here, and there was a little bit on this door as well. And I have some maintenance that this car needs. I already did the valve cover gaskets, which were terrible and were leaking an insane amount of oil. But now the most common thing I have to do is rod bearing. It has 172,000 miles. I have no idea if it's ever been done. I don't think it's been done. There's some maintenance showing that they took it to some shops to get some work done, and apparently the previous owner decided to change the engine mounts but did not decide to change the rod bearings. Other than that, it's a pretty simple car, and for the price, it's not bad. I don't think it was ever hit drastically besides that other side, but we'll see what I can sell it for after. Also have new headlight lens. Bring these back to life, but I ended up stealing the OEM 219 M3 wheels and put them on another E90 I have. So for now I have these BBS wheels that I am not fond of. But for now we have it in here, and we need to get the entire subframe removed. I'm not really interested in working around the subframe. I'd rather just get it out the way and also clean all the oil that's dripped down from the valve covers down and everywhere. As you can see in here, pretty simple. I did do a little wrinkle job on the valve covers. There was quite the amount of oil on the actual heads and continued to drip down to the oil pan. It was pretty drastic. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the car up on the quick jacks, take off the wheels, start doing subframe stuff, seeing how dirty everything gets, and then we'll get to removing the oil pan and putting in the new vac rod bearings and ARP bolts. I got this kit from Motorsport Technique. He's helped me out a bunch of times with all the cars I've ever had. Great pricing, super fast shipping, super easy to deal with. From wheels to parts, everything you can name of, OEM or aftermarket, you can get everything. So check them out on Instagram. Huge thanks to him. All right, let's get this car up. Here's a glance. That's supposed to be silver. I mean, it's just a huge collection of oil from so many things. Could be oil pan gasket, but also I think most of it is the valve cover. Like, this is all, that's supposed to be silver. Look at this. It's crazy. It might look a little brighter in person, but let me tell you, it's dark. Ooh, look at that. Jeez. It's gonna be some dirty stuff. I mean, look at all the cake on here. That's crazy. All right, let's start by, I think, sway bar and then rack. I don't think I have a choice but to disconnect power steering to get the rack out, unless I leave it up there, but then work all the way around it. And then we'll do control arms and all that. Getting the rack out, and I thought it was pretty cool. I have a adjustable head Harbor Freight wrench, socket ratchet, whatever, and I could fit it right in between here and line it up with like the E-Torx and just double hand it and get it off. That's like kind of the most annoying bolt I think to get, and I like this little spot. Got the rack draining out of the two banjos and got that off the U-joint. This should come out. Then we could do subframe bolts and little stuff like this to disconnect. subframe is fully out. This stuff is nasty. Look at this. Look at that. How thick that is. Someone did change, or the previous owner, or previous owner did change the engine mounts. So it wasn't a myth, but that's crazy that they would go and pay to change the engine mounts and not do the rod bearings. But hey, maybe they didn't know any better. So I got that out. Didn't expect that to leak as much. I originally had a bag on it, but when I was getting everything out, I noticed this fell out. So someone had lost the oil cap originally, and I wonder how long they were looking for it, that they couldn't find it, and then ended up, I guess, installing a new one. Going to, I think, clean that up tomorrow, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get the oil pan bolts and stuff off now. Okay, the freaking ground strap got stuck on the oil pan, but it doesn't seem to look like much. Okay, in here, nothing on that pickup. In here, might be some stuff in there. Got the oil pickup off, and everything looks pretty good so far. Nothing terribly bad or abnormal. I did get one cap off last night. So far, cylinder 2 only. Looks good. Just wanted to get an idea. I was very eager to see. I'm going to just kind of get what I can get, like 1, 2, and I guess or 5 or something like that back there. And then rotate the engine, and then we'll put them all on the table and look at them. Got all the bearings out, and honestly, they're pretty good for the mileage this car has. Considering this is the worst one, which is number 8 upper. But besides that, there's not too much copper, not as bad as you would think for 170,000 miles. Considering this was the F81, these look pretty good. So I don't know if someone was in here before. I'm pretty sure these are OEM ones, and everything looked pretty original. But glad they're not bad. Crank was awesome. Everything looked good there. Underneath here, got all the new ones in with ARP bolts, and everything went pretty smooth. 50 foot-pounds, no issues. Put some assembly lube between each one, and it's again pretty clean in here. I looked through here. There's a little debris, but nothing too much. I'm gonna go ahead and put these oil pickups and hopefully oil pan on tonight. Cleaned up the oil pan last night, and I did pressure wash it, but try to get everything that's kind of in here out. It's pretty crazy. This entire section, which is like the front drain sump, let's say, holds all the oil here. And then in here is a completely closed section of oil that never leaves from here. The oil pump picks up from here, or shoots over there, or the other way around. But it's pretty interesting. Like, it's completely closed in there. You couldn't even get oil out turning it upside down. So got the new L-ring gasket on. I put a little bit of gasket maker in the corners here just to kind of help. This used to be black. That used to be black. Under here you can still see stuff I haven't cleaned like that, but it was super dirty. Got all that cleaned up. Still have to do like this whole section. Got this side pretty good. Just trying to clean back here with the oil pan off because that whole sump thing. Gonna clean all this after with the oil pan on. This was entirely black before. Looking good. Still a little stuff left. Got the oil pickups all in, torqued down and blue Loctited, and we should be good to go here. Gotta go ahead and put on the oil pan and torque all those down with the new bolts I have. Got the subframe clean last night. It got a little dark, so didn't film it, but was out here for 45 minutes trying to clean this the best I could, and it came out pretty good. There's no more gunks of dirt and oil hiding everywhere. Engine mount's still good. Cleaned underneath, spotless. Also cleaned the disgusting rack. It's now back to gray, at least, you know? So got that cleaned up. Sway bar also had junk all over it. So got everything tightened up in here. Everything is now marked, all covered, all back on. Got this little bracket back there, and we should be good to put the subframe on. Right, all comes down to this. Just filled up with new power steering fluid, put like 0.8 or something quarts in. I went back and forth with the car off, just trying to bleed out what I can. Did suck in some, but I'm expecting just a little bit more. And I guess I'm gonna start it for the first time. I think I got everything. Still missing some control arms, but hopefully everything internally is fair. So let's see what it sounds like and hope it doesn't knock. And I'm also gonna kind of try and prime it a couple times before to definitely make sure oil is everywhere. Okay, so it did smoke a little bit. I think I just had some oil and the like foaming degreaser on some of the headers when I was spraying it down. So I don't think it's anything more than that, but it didn't knock and doesn't seem to be leaking oil or power steering through that little hole right there. We might be good to start it. It was just a little too smoky, so I'll maybe start it and watch it again.